Today we're going to work on the basic 10 mat exercises for Pilates, a few props that you might enjoy having for the video today, a squishy ball. If you'd like a pillow for under your head during sideline legs, you're welcome to use your arm or an actual pillow. A yoga block, you could also use that, would not be as comfortable probably. Also, we need a stretchy band, belt, tie, yoga strap, dish towel. We'll be doing the ballet stretches to end the class. Let's go ahead and begin class by lying down on your mat. Go ahead and sit straight up. Grab behind your knees, elbows out to either wall. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Begin by dropping or pulling your sacrum down to the mat. Let your sacrum hit first. Allow your biceps to help you. Lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck and head. From there, we're going to platform our arms by our sides. If you feel as if you're rounding in your shoulders, flip your palms up to see if that facilitates more openness across your collarbone or clavicle. If that's not working, go ahead, keep your palms raised. Raise your arms out to a T, but don't bring your arms above your shoulders. Adjust your feet as needed. Let's go ahead and check in with our body. We're checking our neutral spine. Is your sacrum flat? The sacrum's the area from your tailbone to your hip bones. There should be a slight curve in your lower back between your sacrum and your ribs. Your ribs should be relaxed onto the mat, but make sure that your ribs aren't flaring apart. You want to go ahead and draw them together. It's as if you're wearing a corset. It's pulled very tight. Your shoulder blades or scapula should be flat on the mat, and your collarbone or clavicle should be wide. Let's go ahead and squeeze our legs together, ankles, knees, and toes. We're going to inhale our arms above our head. See if you can float them to the mat to tap behind you without losing your neutral spine. Exhale your arms back up and overhead till they're platform down by your side in the starting position. Inhale, bring your arms back towards the mat. If you cannot tap the mat without losing your neutral spine, please do not worry about it. Go to whatever level you can. This is just a warm up for your shoulders. We're disassociating our arm movement through our shoulders from the rest of our body. Go ahead and come back down. We're going to continue with curl-outs. Go ahead and bring your legs up to tabletop. Right knee up to tabletop, left knee. Tabletop is a 90-degree angle from your body to your thigh, and then another 90-degree angle from your thigh to your calves. Arms coming straight out of your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Think of bringing them slightly down from your shoulders, so it'll help you engage, pulling your shoulders down away from your ears, and it will help you not to creep your shoulders up. It will also help your lat engagement. Inhale to prepare, palms away from you. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, reaching towards the wall. Inhale back down. Exhale. Are you able to hollow out your lower abdominals? Can you see your belly button dropping towards your spine? One more in this position. We're curling up over our sternum. And come back. Separate your arms to a V, no wider than your mat. Spiral up slightly to your pinky edge to engage the lats again. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Bring your pinky blade edge to your hips first. Release back down to the mat. When you nod your chin to your chest, it's as though you have an egg under your chin, between your chin and your chest. You don't want to crush your egg, but you don't want to lose your egg either. You want to keep your egg snug and safe. Come back down. One more. Drop your belly button to your spine, curling up over your sternum. You can also picture an apple or an orange under your chin. Coming back down. Final arm position for curl-ups. Bring your arms out to a T, slightly below shoulder height. Palms facing the ceiling. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw your pinky blade edge to your hips. Take a look down. Can you see your belly button sinking? And come back. Exhale. Try not to tuck your tailbone when you curl up. We want to keep a neutral spine. The curve in the lower back and a flat sacrum. Come back down. Drawing your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. We're going to go into hundreds. In hundreds, you can be in parallel position or turned out into a Pilates feet where your heels are connected and your toes are apart. You may be in the tabletop position for hundreds, straight up to the ceiling. If you have tight hamstrings, you may hook your legs slightly, which will be less of a bend than tabletop, more of a bend than your legs straight up, or you may extend your legs parallel or hook to your working level. If you would like to turn out your feet into Pilates V, you may extend your legs into a hook that's in the Pilates V. It's called the diamond shape. Squeeze your heels together strongly as if you're holding a dime between your heels. You may also extend your legs up to the ceiling in the diamond, straighten your legs in Pilates V to the ceiling, or extend your feet out to working level in the Pilates V. If you have neck issues, when you're pumping, if you feel strain, shake out your neck. If that does not help, pump with one hand behind your head for 10 or 20 reps, and then switch. Do an equal number of reps on each side. If you're still not getting any relief from this technique, please rest your head, neck, and shoulders on the mat and continue to pump with your arms in your working level. Bring your feet up to tabletop, arms up to the ceiling, palms away from you. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to curl up. We're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and check on your neutral spine. Is your sacrum flat? Do you have that slight curve in your lower spine still? Please don't imprint your spine. Dream the hundreds. Are you curled over your sternum? Can you go a little deeper? What about your ribs? Are we making sure they aren't flaring? Squeeze your legs together strongly, whether in parallel or turned out in Pilates feet. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final one. Pause here. See if you can drop your belly button, your spine a little deeper. You curl above your sternum a little further. Draw your ribs together a little bit more. Open your clavicle. Bring your knees to your chest. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Grab your knees. Rock gently from side to side. Planting your feet on the mat. We're going to walk our hands up our legs. Come back up to the position that we started in. Squeezing our ankle, knees, and toes. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Elbows wide to the side. We're going to find our C-shaped curve in this position before we move on to roll up. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Curl back, drawing your sacrum down to the mat. You should see your body in this curve. It's a C-shaped curve. Go ahead and articulate your spine back up to sitting in a straight. Inhale. Exhale down to your C-shaped curve. You should be able to keep your shoulders down your mat. You don't want to be rounded like this. But you do want to feel a definitive curve in your abdominal, as if someone has a belt behind you and they're pulling you back. Rock back up. One more. If you come down so far that your feet begin to rock up, you've come too far. Come up just a little bit and see if you can deepen your abdominal connection in this position. Come back up to sitting. We're going to go ahead and roll down. Arms over our head to begin. Bring them around the outside of your body. Nod your chin to your chest. Begin to walk your hands up your legs. Staying in your C-shaped curve. Extend your legs. Fold flat over. Begin to sit back up. Remaining in your C-shaped curve. Elbows out to the side. Exhale. Sacrum down to the mat. And neck and shoulders. Arms over your head. Inhale, nudge your chin to your chest. Walk your hands up your legs. Drawing your belly button to your spine. Exhale to fold over your legs. Inhale. Pulling back. Drop your sacrum down to the mat first. And the rest of your spine, head, neck, and shoulders. Adding on to that, if you'd like to continue with that modification or version, you're more than welcome to. We are going to raise our hands over our head, nodding our chin, our head, neck, and shoulders. Grab behind your knees. Use your biceps to help pull you over to flatten over your legs. Inhale back into your C-shaped curve. Exhale your spine down to the mat. Please don't swing yourself up with momentum from your arms. Inhale. Use your abdominals to lift you. Exhale to fold over your legs. Inhale back into your C-shaped curve. Placing your spine down on the mat. For those of you who would like to do the full roll up, extend your legs out flat, parallel, or turned out. Inhale, nod your chin to your chest. Exhale to fold over your legs, staying in your C-shaped curve the whole time. Inhale, pulling back. When your lower back hits, exhale your arms over your head. Inhale, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale to fold over your legs. Inhale. Draw your lower back down to the mat first. And exhale your arms over your head. Go ahead and platform your arms down by your side. Draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Extend your leg to the ceiling for single leg circles. For those of you with a tight lower back or tight hamstrings, please hook both legs. Please keep the bend in your knee the same throughout the entire exercise or the degree of your bend. We are going to inhale our leg across the midline of our body. Bring it down towards our foot when it gets down to the bottom of the circle. Exhale to bring it back up to the starting position. Take your two fingers on either hand, place them on your hip bones. Make sure your ribs aren't flaring. Inhale your leg across the body. Exhale to the outside to bring it back up to the ceiling. If you felt your hips rocking at all, lessen the size of your circle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. If you did not feel any rocking, you may take your circle wider. We're keeping a neutral spine here. Pause at the top of your sixth circle. We're going to reverse. Inhale to the outside of the body and exhale back up. Check on your ribs. Are they all connected? Do you have that slight curve in your lower back? Is your sacrum flat? Clavicle and shoulder blades should be wide. On the exhale, drop your belly button to your spine to use your abdominals to lift your leg back up. I think that was 5, but it might have been 4, so we're going to do 2 more. A general rule for foot or leg positioning, if one leg is turned out, the other leg's turned out. So if your bottom leg is parallel, your top foot should be parallel. If your working leg is turned out, your stabilizing leg should be turned out as well. Draw your knee into your chest. Give it a hug to release your hip flexor. Place it on the mat. Draw your left knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Platform your arms. Leg up to the ceiling. Again, if you have tight hamstrings or a tight lower back, please hook your leg, maintaining the degree of bend in your knee for the entirety of the exercise. Inhale, your leg across the midline. When it gets to the bottom, exhale to bring it back up. Inhale and exhale, using your abdominals to lift your leg. Inhale. Do you have tight shoulders here? Flip your palms this way. If that's not working, go ahead and bring your arms out to a T. We want flat scapula on the mat. Wide clavicle. One more. Flat sacrum. Take 2 fingers in each hand. Let's check in with our hips. Inhale your leg to the outside. Exhale it across the midline. Check in with your ribs. Are they flaring or is your corset still tight? Here's 3. Again, if you feel any rocking, go ahead and make your circles smaller and more controlled. Here's 5. Shake out your neck if you have any tension. Back up to the top. Draw your left knee into your chest to release your hip flexor. Place your feet flat on the mat. Go ahead. I'm not just sitting. Grabbing behind your knees. Scoop to the front of your mat. We're going to go into rolling like a ball. If you suffer from neck pain, osteoporosis, or osteopenia, with neck pain, you can still do rolling like a ball, but you need to make sure that you're not rolling past the tips of your shoulder blades onto your neck. Those of you with osteoporosis or osteopenia, please continue with the first part of the exercise that we're about to go over now. Bringing your feet together in the center and trying to keep your knees shoulder width apart or closer together, but no wider. We are going to come to the front edge of our mat, grab somewhere between underneath the patella or above the ankle, drawing our heels into our booty, looking in at our belly button, coming into a C-shaped curve, and hovering our feet off the mat. We're going to inhale, exhale, dropping our belly button to our spine, drawing our shoulders down our back, leaving our elbows wide, drawing our ribs towards our hip to tighten our curve, and release. Still hovering our feet. Inhale, river. Exhale, belly button to spine, ribs to hips, squeezing your curve. Release. One more. Hold, hold, hold. Release. Again, those of you with osteoporosis or osteopenia, or those of you with neck issues who have never done this exercise before, please continue with that part of the exercise. Otherwise, to roll like a ball, we're going to roll to the tips of our shoulder blades, staying in our C-shaped curve the whole time so we don't flat tire or flat back at the end. We're going to inhale back and exhale forward. Try to keep the same distance between your shoulders and your knees the whole time. So you don't want to go like this for momentum. You're going to go back by squeezing your glutes. So squeeze your glutes. Inhale and exhale up. Inhale back and exhale up. Here's 3, 4. Look at your belly button. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Did you feel any flat tiring at the end where your back would slap the mat or the floor? Work on retaining your C-shaped curve the entire exercise. If you felt it in your neck, spiral out slightly to your pinky edge to engage under your arms and down your lats to help draw your shoulders away from your ears. For those of you that like this challenge, go ahead and scoot back on the mat. Hover your feet out with your left hand. Grab the inside of your right knee. With your right hand, reach for your right ankle. Extend your left leg long and articulate your spine down to the mat. For those of you who would not like that sort of a challenge, place your feet flat on the mat. Grab behind your knees, elbows wide. Articulate your spine sacrum first, down to the mat. Bring your knees into tabletop, arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Overhead, we're going to do single leg stretch. Grab the inside of your right hand with your left hand. Reach for your right ankle with your right hand. Extend your left leg to working level. Sacrum flat. Small curve between your sacrum and your lower ribs. And switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Shoulders away from ears. If you are having neck problems, please feel free to rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Keep a neutral spine. Don't imprint your lower back. One more set. Belly button to spine. Bring your knees into tabletop. Rest your head, neck, and shoulders. We're going to go into the double leg stretch. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to curl up. Place your hands on the outsides of your knees. Inhale, dropping your belly button to your spine. Extend your legs to working level. Bring your hands to slightly above your ears. Exhale your arms to a T, palms to the ceiling. When your arms get to the T, bring everything else back in. Inhale, extend long, energy shooting out of your fingertips and your toes. Exhale, and come back in. There shouldn't be any rocking in your upper body. You should remain stable. Your arms and your legs should be moving independently. Neck problems? Go ahead and put one hand behind your neck. Work with one arm. And then switch. If that's not working, go ahead and place your hands on the floor. Your arms will be higher than they would be if you were curled up. That's not a problem. If the load is too much on your legs, hook your legs. Keep your sacrum flat. If that's still not working, move your arms and leave your legs in tabletop. Go ahead and rest your head, neck, and shoulders. Give yourself a slight rock from side to side. We're going to flatten our feet on the mat. Grab behind your knees. Come up to sitting straight on our sits bones. Extend your feet out in front of you. Flex your toes back strongly towards your feet. Separate your feet to hip distance or slightly wider, but not, most likely not as wide as the mat or wider. You want a little bit of extra space, but not too much. Sitting straight up. Bringing your ribs together. Drawing your belly button to your spine. Sit forward slightly. If you'd like a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Bring your arms out in front of you, coming out from the bottom of your sternum so that your shoulders don't creep up towards your ears. Inhale. Nod your chin to your chest. Grabbing your belly button to your spine. Exhale to fold over your legs. Inhale to come back on your chin to your chest. And exhale to sit straight up and spine stretch. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale to fold over your legs, reaching through your feet for a hamstring stretch. Inhale, and exhale to articulate your spine up strong and tall. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale your hands through your legs and feet. Inhale, and exhale back up to sitting. You're going to inhale, curling over your sternum, leaving your lower back in the same position of space. Exhale to fold through your feet. Inhale your lower back to the starting position. And exhale to articulate your upper body up. One more. Inhale, nodding your chin to your chest. Exhale, folding flat over your legs. Inhale, and then exhale to articulate the rest of your spine up. Go ahead and shake out your legs slightly. Bring your arms out to a T, palms facing the ground, shoulders down your back, hands in your periphery. We're going into saw. It's as if you have your sits bones glued to the mat, and your heels should be glued to the mat as well. You're going to inhale to rotate to the right. Exhale to dive forward, taking our pinky blade edge and sawing off our baby toe, flipping our right hand to the ceiling. Flip your right palm back down and rotate back through the center, growing taller, not flaring your ribs. Inhale to the left. Exhale, dive, flipping your left back palm to the ceiling, sawing off your baby toe with your right pinky. Come back up, flip your palm back down, exhale to the right, and saw. See if you can sit slightly forward on your sits bones for an additional hamstring stretch. For those of you with tight hamstrings or lower backs, please feel free to bend your legs slightly. It's as if someone's sitting behind you and you're trying to dive forward, but they're trying to pull you back with a belt. Your belly button's pulling strongly to your spine. One more on each side. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, this exercise might not be for you. Please use your doctor recommendations and your own best judgment. Hands down by your side. Shake your legs to the center. Wiggle them out. We're going to come lying on our right side. We are going to do side lying leg kicks. If you like a ball in this position, we're going to lay down in a straight line. Hinging from your hips, you're going to bring your legs slightly in front of you, but you're going to have a neutral spine. You may use the ball as a pillow, wrapping your arm around it, but if you are, please do not sink your mat side down into the mat. We want to stay lifted as if we're standing. So, if I'm standing, I will have a slight space in between my side that's lying on the mat and the mat. You can stay here with your arm. You may put your arm on the pillow. You may extend your arm long. You may come on to your forearm. If you're able to drive your shoulder away from your ear and stay lifted in the side closest to the mat. Come right here. I'm going to flex my feet strongly and bring my top leg to hip height. I'm going to rock forward slightly, just enough to release the pressure of my sciatica and lower back, come slightly under my thigh meat, and put a little bit of pressure into my top hand. If you do not need your top hand, you're welcome to put it on your hips, raise it to the ceiling, but we do want to minimize our rocking in this exercise. So, disassociating our leg from the rest of our body for this movement, we're going to point to kick our foot forward and exhale to pull it back behind the midline for a hip flexor stretch. Kick forward and exhale back. Are you rocking? If so, please just make the movement a little smaller. Please don't sink into the mat. We're going to go to 10. Here's 6. Go ahead and put a little bit more weight into your front hand. We want to keep our foot at the same level as we kick it front and as we flex to pull it back. Last one. We are going to bring our foot still at hip height, but our feet will be stacked on top of each other. We're going to squeeze our inner thighs with energy shooting out of our heel away from us and pull our leg back up to hip height. Squeeze it down and pull it up. During this exercise, let's go ahead and check in on the rest of our body. Are we still lifted up off the mat with our side closest to the mat? Is our lower abdominal still pulling in strongly? Are our ribs knit together and are they not flaring out or pushing forward, thrusting forward? Go ahead and make sure that you're not leaning back into your low back. Here's 9 and 10. Coming up to hip height, we are going to squeeze our inner thighs to lift our foot on the mat to our foot that's raised to hip height. So exhale, squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. During this exercise, don't release your side down to the mat to help your lower leg. Go ahead and squeeze strongly. 6, 7, 8. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs. And one more. Go ahead and release your top leg down to your bottom leg. Point your toes gently, your feet gently. Turn out so that your heels are together and your toes are apart. Check in to make sure you're not sinking into your side. We're going to kick our foot up to the ceiling and flex it to squeeze it down. Pick up and flex. Let's go ahead and make sure that we still have some weight in our front hand. We're still rolled onto our thigh meat. We're not rolling onto our sciatica and causing undue pressure. Here's 6, 7, 8. Tweeze your seat here. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your lower belly in. And 10. Point your foot. Bring it up to hip height. Strong energy shooting out of our foot. We are going to do small circles the size of a grapefruit. These circles should be moving from your glutes. You should feel them strongly in your glutes as you do it. So we're going to go 10 one way and reverse 10 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From here, we're going to do hot potato in a Pilates view position. So we're going to tap our foot in front, right in front of our foot. Do a tiny rainbow and tap it in the back. Tiny rainbow, tap front, tap back. Are you sunk into your side? Try to lift up a little bit. 5. Are you rolled forward or rocked forward slightly under your thigh meat? 9 and 10. Go ahead and roll onto your stomach. Take your right hand, make it a pillow for your forehead. Take your left hand, reach behind you for your left ankle, and pull your foot towards your glute for a hip flexor stretch, pushing your left hip into the mat. Go ahead and release your foot. Come up to sitting and go to the other side. A few ways that you can rest your head on this again. On your squishy ball, on your arm straightened. My favorite, bent up on your shoulder, up on your forearm, as long as you keep your shoulder away from your ear, and lift it out of your side closest to the mat. Let's come down and check in with our bodies. Let's make sure we're not sinking into our side. We want to take our feet, bring them slightly in front of your hips. Maintain a neutral spine. Flex your feet. Lift your foot up to hip height. Kickstand your arm in front of you. Rock slightly on your thigh meat so that you're releasing your sciatica. Point to kick your foot forward and flex to pull it back behind your midline. You don't want your hips to rock during this exercise. You want no movement, if possible. Here's 3. If you find yourself rocking, minimize your kicks. 4, 5. Exhale, pulling your belly button to your spine. Here's 6. If you feel your shoulder creeping up a little bit like I just did, go ahead and pull your hand down a little bit further towards your hips. 8. Keep your foot at the same level as you kick front and as you pull back. 9. Lift your side off the mat. And 10. And bring your feet on top of each other. Use your inner thighs to squeeze your top leg to your bottom and squeeze your glutes as you pull your leg back up to hip height. Energy shooting out of your heel. Very active leg. 2. 3. Check your ribs. Make sure that they're not flaring and your corset is still pulled tight. 5, 6. Make sure that you're still rocked forward. For those of you who do suffer from sciatica pain, this will be helpful to you. And 10. Bring your foot to hip height without sinking your side closest to the mat. Squeeze your lower leg to lift your upper leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly button to spine. 5, 6. Don't sickle your foot like this to get it there. 7, 8, 9. The closest you can get with a straight foot is the best road. Go ahead and release down. Give your feet a slight point. Turning out to a Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. Rock forward again slightly. Lift up out of your side closest to the mat. Put some weight in your kickstanding arm in the front. Kick your foot up to the ceiling of the pointy toe and flex the lower. Make sure you're not sinking into your side to kick it up. Come up off your side, flex the lower. Your range of motion will be less. The benefits will be greater. Here's 4, 5, 6. We're turning out our bottom leg by rotating our femur in the hip socket. This will feel strongly in your outside of your glute. Here's 9. Don't rock into the mat like I just did with your lower side. And 10. Point your foot, bring it up to hip height. Energy shooting out of your toes, moving from your glutes. 10 small circles the size of the grapefruit in one direction, 10 in the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse, check your ribs. 1, 2, 3. Make sure they're not flaring. Make sure you're still breathing. Stopping there, we're going to hop potato our foot, leading with your heel. Tap your heel in front of your foot. Rainbow your foot over the top. Tap it in the back. 1. Here's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Belly button to spine. 6. Don't rock back. 7. Check on your side close to the mat. 8. Lift up. And 10. Whew. Go ahead and roll onto your stomach. Take your left hand, make it into a pillow for your forehead. Grab your right foot or your right ankle with your right hand. Pull your foot towards your glute. Push your right hip into the mat. Go ahead and release. Come up to sitting. We're going to do a modified mat exercise called the seal. This is the way that I always do seal because my Pilates instructor told me, and I firmly believe that when you do seal, they have you wrap your foot under your leg to grab your ankle. It causes rounding of the shoulders. So, we're going to take our arms in a wide 0 position and grab the tops of our ankles. Bringing our feet up into tabletop in a diamond position. This is going to be a rolling like a ball exercise. So those of you with osteoporosis or osteopenia, please just click your heels, like I'll show you in the exercise I'm about to show, and don't rock back and forth. So, bring your feet in the center in front of you. We're going to grab the tops of our ankles. We're going to push into our knees with our elbows and draw our shoulders down our back. But our feet are going to go up into tabletop. So go ahead and lift your feet up. Come into a C-shaped curve. Push into your knees strongly. Pull your shoulders down your back. We're going to tap our heels together 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Rock back the tips of your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3. And rock up. Tap 1, 2, 3. Rock back at the top. Tap 1, 2, 3. And tap. 1, 2, 3. Tap 1, 2, 3. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do this at your own pace. 1, 2, 3. This is the same as rolling like a ball. If you feel yourself flat tiring, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and grab your feet and rest them down. If you feel yourself flat tiring, you're falling out of your C-shaped curve near the bottom to try to give yourself momentum to pull yourself back up. It's actually doing the opposite. Try to force your body to retain the C-shaped curve the whole time. Those were the 10 exercises. We're going to go ahead and do a cool down stretch exercise now. Grab your strap or whatever you're going to use as a stretchy band or strap. Hands behind your knees. Articulate your sacrum down the mat. Lying down flat. Go ahead and take your band. Put it around your arch on your right foot. It is best if you keep a straight leg on these exercises. If you have tight hamstrings, pull it back as far as you can with a straight leg and then stop. So, you're going to grab one side in each hand and pull your leg back towards your underarm. Not towards your nose, coming towards the midline, towards the underarm, straight back. If you feel as if you need more, go ahead and reach further up. If you need more still, go ahead and grab the foot. Breathe. Go ahead and take both straps in your left hand. Pull your foot across the midline. You can lift your hip, leave all your ribs on. Bring your right arm out to a T. Look towards your right hand for a cervical twist, stretching out your AT band. Straight legs. Bring everything back to the center. Grab both straps in your right hand. Platform your left arm down by your side. Bring your foot slightly away from the midline and pull up to your ear. If your hips are remaining stable, go ahead and bring your foot up further. When your hip starts to rock, bring your foot back up towards the center and pull it closer to your ear. Again, if you would like more, you can release your strap and do it with just your hand on your foot. Straight legs, so please, guys. Bring your foot back up to the center. Take the strap off. Place your left foot on the mat. Take your right knee, bend it. Cross above your right ankle so you don't sickle your right foot on your left knee. Take your right hand, thread it through your bent right knee, and bring your left hand to the outside under your knee. If this exercise is too much, feel free to place your left foot back on the floor. If this exercise right here is not enough, place your hands in front of your knee. What we would like to see are flat scapula, flat sacrum, a slight curve. I am looking for a neutral spine in this position right now today. I know a lot of people like to do it like this. You're looking for more pressure, pushing out on our knee for different hip flexor stretch in this position. Go ahead and release down to the mat. Take your strap. Put it over the arch of your left foot, holding on to either side with both hands. Go ahead and reach up, straighten your right leg, and pull your left leg towards your underarm. Straight leg, still breathing. Go ahead and take both straps. In your right hand, take your left hand out to a T. Pull your left leg across your body, lifting your hip, leaving your ribs on. Slight cervical twist with your neck and head, looking towards your left hand. Straight leg for an IT band stretch, pull up. Come back towards the center. Take both straps in your left hand. Bring your foot away from the midline. Pull it up towards the ear. Again, if your hips are stable here and you'd like more of a stretch, go ahead and release your foot further to the mat. But when your hips start to rock, go ahead and bring your foot back up and get more of a stretch by pulling it in towards your ear. Go ahead and bring everything back up to the center. Release your foot out of the strap. Bend your right knee with a flat foot on the mat. Take your left knee, bend it. place above your ankle, across your knee. If this is enough of a stretch for you, please stay here. If you'd like more, let's start by putting our hands behind our thigh, under our knee. If you can maintain a neutral spine in this position, go ahead and grab to the front of your knee. Breathe here. Don't flare your ribs. Try to relax or melt your ribs onto the mat. Don't imprint your lower back, your spine onto the mat. Go ahead and release. We're going to go ahead and come to standing. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, your arms to the side, up to the ceiling. Exhale to float your arms down to your hips. Inhale, up. No flaring ribs. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed class today and have a good day.